guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. Today we are actually going to go ahead and no item the Vegeta family stage of Extreme Super Battle Road. Now, I was actually a little bit surprised. I figured this was going to be a very easy and clean run, because we of course have the best unit on the game on the team. My very first run, I was like one hit away from no iteming it. But then it took several attempts. I mean, I want to say this maybe took a good 30 attempts or something like that. Like, this actually wasn't as, like, I think Wicked Bloodline Extreme Super Battle Road definitely felt a little bit more difficult. But, I mean, that's not surprising considering Wicked Bloodline does not really have the horses and the huge array of options that, like, the Vegeta family team does. But I did feel like this run right here, it was a good reminder to me that a lot of these Vegeta family units just really are not that crazy. The other thing, too, is that this is Vegeta Family Extreme Super Battle Road, but I wanted to stick to using LR, Vegeta, and Trunks' leader skill, which is Future Saga and Bond of Parent and Child. There's two potential characters I would have rocked in here that I cannot... Oh, nice dodge right there. That I cannot use in this run because of that, right? LR Grade 8 Vegeta, I feel like actually could have helped here, especially with good RNG, he could have helped a lot. And then Dokkan Fest Super Vegeta would be tremendous in here, right? Because if you guys notice, we're using Super Trunks, Easy A Super Trunks. He has a 50% chance to stun for the turn, only hit the turn currently going on. He has a 50% chance to stun if there's a Vegeta on the team, right? And that's just when attacking, so he doesn't have to super attack or anything like that. He also gives himself ki at the start of turn, so him missing super attacks is not something that happens too often. But, like, I could have tried to use maybe, like, a leader LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, I guess, or I could have brought, perhaps, like, we could have went with maybe, like, double Majin Vegeta, but I just felt like using this strat, double Vegeta and Trunks, was probably going to work out better than going, like, double Majin Vegeta, and potentially getting Grade 8 Vegeta and Dokkan Fest Super Vegeta on the team. The other reason I didn't jump to that, Majin Vegeta is very difficult to find on the friends list. Maybe on Global, it's a little bit easier to find Majin Vegeta, since he was the first Global 200% leader. Very possible. But on JP, man, Majin Vegeta is very uncommon to find. Whereas Vegeta and Trunks, as a Dokkan Fest LR, they're not really that tough to find, right? Like, the one thing about all these attempts that it took me to do this is we had, you know, the very nice, 79% or Rainbow Vegeta and Trunks basically every single run. So that, of course, is very helpful. Now, I did the Dokkan Fest Pan video against Goku Family Extreme Super Battle Road, and people pointed out that the enemies in that stage actually kind of do hit on the level of some top-tier Red Zone bosses, and it does seem like this stage actually hits like that as well. It does make sense, because the Goku Family stage came out after the Goku Family team essentially had a 200% leader skill, and then the same thing with this stage comes out after the Vegeta family essentially has a 200% leader skill. It does feel to me balanced around that. I mean, for the Goku Family stage, they're literally giving... Actually, I didn't even double check. They probably give a free Rainbow Majin Vegeta now that I am thinking about it. I didn't double check, but they give you a free Goku and Gohan. A rainbowed free Goku and Gohan. So they actually probably give a free Rainbow Majin Vegeta. I didn't even check that. God damn it. Because I do think that just rainbowed, I think probably would be sufficient. Because, like, when I did the Goku Family no item run, it wasn't really that bad. And, you know, the Goku Family Goku and Gohan exchange unit was more than enough. Yeah, it does give you a free Majin Vegeta. God damn it. Okay, I could have given that a try. That certainly could have worked out well, right? Because, again, I think Grade 8 Vegeta in here potentially could have been very helpful. It's just like we would need ki to be helpful for us. But the thing about this stage is that there's a Goku enemy in all... Well, Grade 8 Vegeta, it doesn't work against Kid Goku, right? So it wouldn't work in the first fight. But the second and third fights, which are the troublesome ones, In those fights, Great Ape Vegeta would have his intro, which shores up his key issues a little bit, so that could have been a little bit more beneficial. Now, as you guys can see, even Vegeta and Trunks take a lot of damage throughout this run. I mean, you know, they do build up, right? Like, they have to get hit, I think it's 5 times to fully build up defense and crit from their passive, and then, of course, they're also stacking. And then Int Majin Vegeta. Int Majin Vegeta, he is just so exceptional next to this Vegeta and Trunks character, man. It's honestly pretty insane how good he is. Because, like, especially in a run like this, if you guys notice, we are taking hundreds of thousands of damage, even on Vegeta and Trunks, the best unit in the game, from these super attacks from these enemies in here, right? Majin Vegeta, then, because our health is low, basically every single turn, Majin Vegeta is creating a lot of Int Orbs, which we can then get with Vegeta and Trunks, massively healing us in the process. So, this is sort of like, as Dokkan is, back in the day, it was very difficult to heal a lot, but now, like, your characters just have such massive pools of health that you can really regenerate a lot of HP, and again, I would say this is another feather in the cap of, I think it's playing defensively in this game is way better, because if you have characters that are just not going to get purely one-shotted by these bosses, then we can just regen the health back, right, which helps out a lot. Now, LR Majin Vegeta. You know, a lot of memes about this guy. A lot of times I think he is kind of unfortunately not as good as I would like, but he can put in some work with his stuns. If you guys notice, the enemies in here, yeah, dude, super double stun right there, very powerful. I don't think that guaranteed us a dub or anything like that, but still impressive for LR Majin Vegeta to do that. But his stuns can be very helpful, right? Like, these enemies are hitting so hard that I felt like going for stuns a lot of the time was the smart way to go about it. And I do feel like it worked well. And as much as possible every turn, I'm just trying to get these same type orbs, trying to heal up as much as humanly possible. We know why SCR Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is on the team, right? You know, he is still able to tank pretty decently with his damage reduction. He also has a 50% chance to stun on his super attack effect, right? Which can be very helpful in this stage, right? And any given turn, you know, one of these stunning characters we're using, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, AGL Majin Vegeta, or SCR Super Trunks, they just keep the fight going by getting these stuns off, right? Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta can typically also do decent damage if the enemy is stunned. His damage is not the worst ever. We're also using the Xeno Super Saiyan Vegeta support unit. I feel like he works well because, you know, he does stack, right? So typically after super attacking, he's at least okay. He's not tanking a super attack, but he could be okay. But he also attack lowers, right? He debuffs, which can be very, very helpful to be able to get those debuffs. Now, I was having issues in this run a lot too, where it's like, if Vegeta and Trunks are able to just get, you know, 3 attacks received before they get super attacked, oftentimes they're doing much better. And once they attack, they're not really taking damage. Int Majin Vegeta is really able to shine very hard in this run because he's just sitting there in that slot too. So we're, even if we don't get him his 6 orbs for his damage reduction, him super attacking first is still so good, right? I do have Majin Vegeta with my full dodge build, which in several of these runs, Majin Vegeta had incredibly clutch dodges, right? It's like, Majin Vegeta's tanky, Vegeta and Trunks are tanky, but these enemies hit so hard, we're still taking 150k plus at minimum most of the time, right? So it's like, that's why, like, some smart ass, right? Like, people were so stupid talking about Majin Vegeta when I gave him full dodge back in March. And people would say, he's already so defensive, why would you give him dodge? Just like, well, I don't know. Yeah, he's great defensively. You know, he'll still take 150k or 200k sometimes, something like that, from some of these tough bosses. So, I mean, a dodge, and that's still saving us 150k, right? I absolutely, after doing this run, after using Majin Vegeta a lot in Red Zone, I am so confident. I love the full dodge on Majin Vegeta. This hurts bad. 265k right there from Gohan and Goten. I mean, that's the best unit in the game they super attacked. Rainbow, Link level 10, defensive equips, and they hit that unit that hard. Keep in mind that I have noticed even characters that guard, like Vegeta and Trunks, of course, are a guard character. Even these characters when they get super attack type disadvantage, by true type disadvantage, it still does extra damage. So even though Vegeta and Trunks are guarding, a physical enemy will do more damage to them. I noticed this with Tech Ultimate Gohan back in the day, right? So it's like for Tech Ultimate Gohan, he'll still take more damage from int characters, even though he is guarding, right? You do want to keep that in mind. And then once we make it here, it's just really stuns. These two enemies in particular, this Goku and the Gohan and Goten, hit so goddamn hard. These enemies hit so hard. So it's like, we can, like, our best characters can tank, but like AGL Majin Vegeta and, like, you know, STR Super Trunks, they're not tanking in here, dude. No way. Like, they cannot tank. So that first turn was really good. I reset several times right here because it's like, I'm in kind of a tough spot because I'd like to get all these in orbs of Vegeta and Trunks to maximize our HP regen. But here's the thing. There's one attack by Gohan and Goten in that second slot. If that's a super attack and I don't have the 6 orbs for Majin Vegeta, I'm not entirely sure we live. I think we probably would. And my Majin Vegeta does have at least a reasonable chance to dodge as well. But it was still... I was kind of nervous about this turn right here. Eventually, I just trust Majin Vegeta. I give the int orbs to Vegeta and Trunks, and it does work out, and we get the no-item run. So, let me know what you guys think of this Vegeta family stage. This one was definitely tough. I mean, some of it comes down to the Vegeta family characters are just not as, like, Goku family's got, like, Tech God Goku, who is able to have his damage reduction, Ultimate Gohan, Kid Gohan, right? The Goku and Gohan exchange unit, which... Dude, the way I see people talking about that character, that's like the most underrated character in the game. Like, like by far, Goku and Gohan. People pretend like that Super Saiyan Goku is like unrunnable, and that's just like factually wrong. That Super Saiyan Goku can carry, especially in Super Battle Road, with the 50% chance to dodge, 50% chance to stun, right? Like, it's a dominant ability. The strength of that Super Saiyan Goku is why the Goku family no-item run took me one try. It was 1 or 2 tries. Something. I'd have to go back and double-check the video. I actually don't remember. But it was like 1 or 2 tries for the Goku family run. You know, this was more like 30 tries here for the Vegeta family team. I was actually impressed. This one definitely seemed tougher. I do hope that they make these stages, you know, more geared towards 200% leader skills. And definitely it does seem like the Goku family stage and the Vegeta family stage of Extreme Super Battle Road are geared around it so far. I think... I'm really excited for final trump card Extreme Super Battle Road now. I think that stage is going to be a nightmare. So that one will definitely be fun to try. I guess we'll just go ahead and finish up right here. Basically, if we make it through this turn, we've won, right? Because if all that's left is Gohan and Goten, right, even though they have type advantage against our Vegeta and Trunkses, you know, once we get a turn in, the Vegeta and Trunkses, not only have they stacked, but they've also built up their passive by being hit. So we get to a point where it's just not really a concern anymore. Even though Gohan and Goten do have the true type advantage, it's not something that we actually have to worry about. So let me know what you guys think of the Vegeta family Extreme Super Battle Road No Item Run. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.